Good evening, everyone.
Oh.
Hiya, Scotty. Hiya, Johnny. I forgot to put hair dangling a fit. Sorry about this. A bit of a... Yeah, I've got all hair dangling from my headband. Hopefully, next week I'll not be needing it. So, yeah, if you're wondering where Amjad is, he's had to pop to Scotland because his cousin's grandma's passed away. He said he would be back tonight, but probably late on. So yeah, so that's why Amjad's not here. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll not need this next time. Well, a week tomorrow. So how are we all? Bit of an update. Chris has been back to hospital for another appointment.
Check up.
Change my pad. Well, appointment, check up, it's still the same thing, isn't it? They've actually gave him some different, a different thing this time. It's like a patch type of thing. Biotine silicon. So anyway, that's what they've gave him this time. Different to the one that he's been having on. And yeah, don't like things is improving. Hi, Terry. So yeah, he has sent me a picture of his leg, and to me, looking at that picture, it's not improved.
Don't look half as bad.
Well, no, it's not as bad. But listen. If you let me finish, it's not as bad. But we're like 3 weeks down the line. Normally, something like that would have healed up by now.
Yeah, but they did say that we both did tablets and whatnot. It takes a lot longer to heal up than what it does. And the nurse said she was quite happy with it.
You're not let me finish. I was just going to say, but they did say that the blood thinners was hindering the healing process. So yeah. You see, this is the thing. He interrupts before I've even sort of said what I was going to say. And I was going to say exactly the same thing. They did say that the blood thinner, because these blood thinners that he's on, it's hindering the healing process. So there you go.
There you go.
I don't know whether Johnny's still here, but he were.
Yeah. Hello to the 6.
Yeah, hello to the 6.
Well, 5.
Yeah.
I'm saying hello to me 7, wouldn't I?
Well.
Hello, Big 6.
Anyway, well, that's not refresh, is it? You know, he often stands there talking to himself. I said it's not so much talking to yourself, it's if you answer yourself back.
And that's worse when you lose your own argument with yourself.
I'm staying out of it.
Yeah. Personality this morning, it's not good, you know.
You talk among yourselves, dear.
Yeah. About it. I know, it's not good, is it?
Biscuit's looking as if to say, then pig on a bit mental.
We're upstairs with it yourself,
oh well. You should know us by now, Biscuit. Yeah. You know, we are a bit crazy in this house. Oh, and then another thing. Cameron shaved all his beard off.
What are you doing? It looks like 12.
No, he doesn't.
Grow it back.
No. Well, you see, this is where me and... Well, that's Chris, Johnny. Yeah, we know who that is. Yeah. Anyway, so he got up for college this morning, and I come back. Well, I come down downstairs after Callum had gone, and he went, I says, what's that razor doing here? He went, Callum's decided to shave his beard off.
Looks better with his beard.
I don't know. That's where we differ, you see, because I think he looks better without his beard, and Chris thinks he looks better with it. So yeah, that's sort of where we differ. But hey ho. But yeah, I mean, I have got a picture to show of his leg, the picture that Chris sent me, but I just warn you, it's not very
A bit graphic.
yeah. It's not very
Nice.
yeah. Wait, oh no, you sent it me.
I didn't lick the beard off.
Oh dear. Yeah. Hiya, Carla. Sorry about this. I was just about to show Chris a picture of Chris's leg. Because okie dokie then, Johnny. He had what they call a superficial thrombolysis, which is like an external blood clot. And then a few days after that, a blooming dog bit him. So he's been having treatment at hospital every week. I mean, I don't know what you guys think, you know what I mean? Does it look better to you? I'm sort of on fence about it. Yeah, it does look a little bit better, but I don't think it looks a lot. And to me, the way Chris has took that photograph, it looks very red. Nah. The thing is, I think she must be under the same presumption because he had to have a swab before he left. So obviously she must think that there's something else going on with it, or that is he might have an infection. Yeah. So before he left, Johnny, she took a swab of it. So they're not going to do that if they don't think there's something going on with it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it compared to the pictures when it first happened, it don't look as bad. But yeah, I don't know. But plus they've ditched the iodine pad and this other pad and get him another one, a different one now. So yeah, don't know. Hiya, George. How are you?
Hello, George.
Oh dear. Don't tell him that, Johnny. But anyway, same as I say, yeah, I mean, they don't just take a swab for no reason. You know,
just checking, she says, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah. Hi, Darren. How are you? So yeah, oh dear. I mean, that were a big thing at one time, weren't it? So yeah, George, you've just missed showing you Chris's leg. He's having to go back to hospital for a checkup every Friday now.
They're changing the plaster thing.
So yeah, plus to have his dressing changed, and because he had this external blood clot, and he's on blood thinners, they're basically saying that's one of the reasons why it's not healing up as quick as it should be. Let's just say, but it's just another case of waiting and seeing, really. You know what I mean? Not a word from the woman whose dog bit him, and she's his neighbour, and she only lives across here. She knows where we live. She's not even knocked on the door. How are you? Give a shit or nothing.
Not seen her, but every time she sees me.
Yeah. Well, I'll just show it you, George, but don't have nightmares about it. So yeah, Chris took a photograph of it today. When after he'd had his, but you see, he'd had this blood clot, like an external. It come up as a lump on his leg, so they put him on blood thinners, put him on antibiotics, and then about 3 days later, this bloody dog bit him. So that's it at the moment. So yeah, it was a really nasty bite. Let's just put it that way, George. Yes, it has improved, as Chris said, but yeah.
Yeah, a month or two.
A month or two. You'll be all right going backwards and forwards to hospital for a month or two.
We'll be right. Oh, I'm banning George. Oh, George. Nearly banned you.
You can't ban George because he's got a wrench.
Go to channel report or block. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Johnny says, yeah, that's not healing at all by the looks of it. I mean, I can see a significant change in it, Johnny. I can see from when he first did it, but to me, that, yeah, I don't know.
Trust me, after from when it first happened to now, there's a lot of difference. Don't forget that photo. On my phone, I've got it for warm, so it's going to make everything look stand out more.
Yeah, but anyway, it's a case of waiting and seeing, Johnny, and seeing what this swab brings up, if anything. So,
I thought, you know, they should have run me back this afternoon, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I mean, Friday afternoon, you know, they can't always sort of get things pushed through, if you know what I mean. But yeah, he's got holy legs. Well, his left one in particular, Johnny, because he's had everything in that: cellulitis, external blood clot, and dog bite and all. So,
3 times.
but this is the thing, George. Is I've no happened with his right leg and everything happening with his left leg. You know, into telling you something. He had cellulitis, and that's what, like, a lot of redness is like below it. And then just inside his knee, he had this external blood clot. He calls it lovingly his third nipple. And then this bloody dog bit him a couple of days later. This is bloody Chris, and this photo shot. It's not Star Wars, Chris. But yeah, that's the photographer talking in him, Johnny. You know, you're forgetting he's a photographer. Talking in all this photography jargon. But
on iPhone 14 Plus, in your photo settings, you can have like different settings if you want it: a cool shot, a warm shot, a normal standard shot, and I've got it on the warm shot, and it makes everything a bit brighter. That's what it's making. That makes sense.
You know, gone are the days when you can just like point, shoot, camera action. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
That's exactly what I've just said, Johnny. You know, gone are the days where you just
moonlighting.
And jobs are good in you. Took a photograph. You know what I mean? Oh dear.
Wait.
Well, I mean, it's hardly a mood setting, is it, Johnny? Down at hospital with his trouser leg rolled up, and yeah, hiya Tim, how are you? You know, and here's prodding and poking this dog bite on your leg. So, oh dear me. These are them new pads that they've got him, Johnny. They're supposed to be waterproof as well, so. I mean, this is the thing, same as I said to Chris. Well, if them pads were working that they gave him spare last week, why they changed it around? Hiya, Ali. How are you? But yeah, that's what he's wearing at the moment. You know what I mean? And I think what it is, they sort of swapping and ropping to try and find what suits him. You know what I mean? Obviously, these that he had last week weren't, and don't know. Hi, Crypto. How are you? So it's all right. We've just been taking piss out of Chris. He took a picture of his leg when he went to have his dressing and everything changed at hospital today. And he says, "Oh, well, I took it in moonlighting and you know what I mean?"
No, it's a warm colour.
Yeah, well, that anyway, you know, just pick your phone up, point it at your leg, take a picture, job done.
That's what I did.
Yeah. Never mind talking about mood settings and whatever.
Not mood settings.
I don't know. I do not. I did. Hi, Terry.
Hello, Terry.
Oh, Terry's wood burning, engraving and back, but watching whom I taught. Okie dokie then, Terry. But yeah, pardon me. So, can you remember just less than 2 weeks ago, me telling you Ivy had come out of hospital, our next door neighbour, elderly next door neighbour. She's back in hospital again. I don't know what's gone off, whether she's fell again or not, but Chris saw her being loaded into ambulance this morning. So, yeah. Hi, Crypto.
Hi.
How's your shoulder?
Yeah, it's better. I've had a pad on it, a heat pad, so it's still.
Oh, yeah.
Still there a little bit.
So yes, we've had quite an eventful day today. I don't think that it's talking about his elderly neighbour, because we're taking Biscuit out this morning, and she only fell a couple of weeks ago. She broke her leg. She had to have a plate in her leg. Then she got COVID, and then she got this lung infection, and eventually they let her come home, and she's been home less than a fortnight, and she's back in again. I don't know what's happened or nothing. Chris just seen them loading her into back at ambulance, so I don't know.
Oh my God.
So I think, in all fairness, Crypto, because she lives on her own, I don't think they'll let her come back to living on her own.
Yeah.
If I'm honest with you.
I've got family around.
Well, a daughter comes. A daughter and son-in-law, and I think a grandson. Oh, yeah. When she come out of hospital, they were supposedly sending carers in or not. I don't know whether or not that were who found her or, you know, called ambulance. We don't really know a lot about it. Same as Chris says, all he was taking Biscuit out and he's seen them loading her up into ambulance, so we don't really know. I mean, could have been carers coming in that, you know, didn't like. I don't know. So she's been out less than a fortnight. I like it like that because it's sort of like light at front and darker at back.
Oh yeah, thank you, Sarah. I did the blue.
Hello.
Hey, nose bro.
I've just noticed on the bath early. It's gonna.
Hi, Johnny.
Is it gonna frizz by itself?
I brushed it.
Hi, Wakey.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Callum just decided, you know, we didn't want his thing anymore, so it's gone.
My trailer wheels are now at the tyre place. Getting new tyres.
Oh, yeah. You said you were.
Well, 2 brand new trailer tyres, 35 quid each. That's fitted.
Hi, Wakey.
Is that expensive?
No, very cheap. I rang round. Someone wanted 70 quid each. I got them
Hi,
both.
Joel. How are you?
Hello, Joel.
Hi, Mr. K.
And I've ordered myself a new trailer wheel. Do you know the jockey wheel?
Oh, yeah.
So one on that's broken.
The windy bit up and down.
So that's coming on Monday. But
I
listen,
didn't know it was called a jockey wheel, but yeah, it's the one that you wind down and to stabilise it. And everything.
To make sure everything goes smoothly, I've ordered a reversing camera as well. That's coming tomorrow, so I'm going to fit the reversing camera tomorrow.
And you're going to need it next week, aren't you? If your mum gets.
Coming handy having a reversing camera, definitely.
Yeah.
I can back it down the driveway then.
Maybe it says funny sized trailer wheels. But anyway, I thought 30 quid were 35 quid each were dear.
It's a big trailer. It's the 155 R13. The tire.
It's a massive trailer, isn't it, Johnny?
Yeah.
Massive trailer.
Maybe 12, I think. Something like that. Big.
But
it's got leaf suspension and all that on it, and it's on the trailer brake.
Did you get your other problem sorted, Crypto?
Well,
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not talking about it. I'm just asking if you got it sorted. You know.
Not properly.
Hey?
I thought you were going to say me next. Say, what the fuck have you told me?
I ain't told you anything. I ain't told anybody anything.
I tell everybody everything, so.
But yeah, it's on a need to know basis.
Well, I don't need to know. Oh, good.
But yeah, so yeah, that's about it really. Ivy's back in hospital again, Johnny.
I'll show you what I've got Keena as well.
Oh, did you get her some and all?
I've got her a doll's house. Right, I'll turn camera now. Can you see
got
that?
enough doll's houses.
That. Can you see it?
Oh, like a windy house.
Yeah.
But it's got an upstairs in it.
I thought when you said a doll's house, I thought you meant like, to play weird dolls in it. I was going to say, what's that great big massive one that were in your living room?
That's inside. It's a big one, It's not a little shed. That's upstairs. That's got an upstairs.
It looks quite
same as Crypto says, it's more like a little Wendy house, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's not massive. That's it sideways on.
Yeah.
Be all right for Keena though. She'll love that.
I bet.
I've said to him, is he a rush picking it up? He went, no, why? I said, well, I need to help my mum move first. So I said, I'll pick it up next Wednesday.
Oh. Well, that's
trailer,
it.
Trailer, take it apart. Bobby on trailer, strap it on. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, I'm home.
Yeah, but the only problem is, Johnny, where are you going to fit it?
I could put it over the hall and then she's got downstairs.
He's got trampoline, he's got bloody pirate shit, and a big old recording.
Yeah, but if you look round the side of that porch, there's double that area. It's always, she can have it round the corner. You know that porch I've got on the back?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And there's that storage box.
Yeah.
It can stand there against the wall.
Oh.
I bet because it's close to house, I'll be able to put some electrics in.
Ooh, she's living the life of luxury.
When she threatens to move out, she ain't got far to go. I might raise it up off the ground a bit as well, so you step up into it or something.
Yeah. Will it be straight on grass then, or?
No, there's a big concrete base round back of it.
Oh, that's what I'm going to say.
Along the back of the house is a
That's the only problem if you're sort of like putting it on grass. You've got dampness and whatever front grass.
No, there's a path up the back that's about width for this bedroom. Going right across the back. Plenty of room. I tidied up around there today anyway. It must have been foreboding. Yeah, it's definitely mine. I was the first one to reply. You said, have you got
this, how are you?
Okay.
Have you got transport to pick it up? I sent him a picture. I said, as you can see, it's got no wheels, but from Monday it will. So I gave him number and he gave me a message and that, and he said it's mine. So for free, you can't go wrong, can you? Really?
No, it's free then, no.
That's Johnny's middle name, Free.
I've got a big roll of felt as well, so I can redo roof if I have to damage it getting it off.
Yeah.
The
Johnny-
felt always-
Johnny Free. Or Free Johnny.
Free Nelson Man Johnny. Yeah, there's room down there. Just out the window. It'll be fine.
Where's your punch bag gone, Johnny?
I unhooked it. I've been working out today.
Oh.
See, I'm so long that when I sit on that bench, my feet are on wall.
I thought you were out having a shift around in there and all.
No, my feet touch the wall when I'm sat on the bench. So I have to move back.
Oh.
I look a right sight. I look like a dead frog doing a weight push-up.
Johnny is
I
Yorkshire.
had my
through
feet
and through.
literally up on the wall. I had my feet on the wall, and then I'd bench like that.
Ah.
Because my back's a bit bad. I can't just lay flat and then have my legs like that. It don't
I
work.
can't, Johnny. I can't. You know when I went for that bone density scan,
It sets me back off the minute I try it.
I had to lay flat on this thing, and I started having a panic attack because I'd got that much pain in my back. So then he come with like this, I don't know, square thing, and he said, "Can you put your legs on that?" So I put my legs up on that, and it eased me back.
Johnny is Yorkshire through and through.
That's what I say, partner. Johnny's name is Johnny Free or Free Johnny.
Free.
Do you know what the secret is? If you put the alerts on for freebies, you get a message before anybody else does. And if you want it, you quick. So he picked the names from first come, first served, he put. Oh, first one.
Oh, there you
I
go.
got the thing, and within 2 minutes I replied.
Ting Johnny Free.
Also, by the time he answered me in the evening, he'd had about 20 people asking for it. But I was the first one to ask. He says it might need a little bit of repair. I says, well, it's come to the right place. You know I can fix anything. You saw that jigsaw fence. I put it back together.
That the one that blown down?
Yeah, the one I showed you on the floor that looked like a jigsaw.
Yeah, after that, all that wind we had the other night.
I had to use little bits of wood to rebuild the old thing, but you can't really tell.
So, Joel, they've also said that because he's on these blood thinners, that's hindering the healing process as well. But when he told me that they took a swab, I'm one of these. I jumped to conclusions. Well, they must think there's something wrong, otherwise they wouldn't have took a swab. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. I put my foot through some old decking and there were nails sticking out and it's caught my leg. And for weeks and weeks, it just would not heal up. So I went to doctors and took a swab. When I went back 2 weeks later, they were all wearing masks and they said I contracted MRSA and I had to go home immediately and pack my bags and go to St James's Hospital and go into MRSA ward. So
Well, yeah.
Says the only other alternative is to lock yourself away to 2 to 3 weeks, wash yourself with surgical scrub, and take all these antibiotics, all these different ones.
Wake is trying to tease.
Yeah, I know, I've seen it.
Cadbury Dairy Milk nibbles are very Moorish.
She prefers pictures, Wakey.
No doubt.
I meant the baking products. I don't know what you're thinking, Crypto. I don't know.
But
There's more to that.
Can't dairy milk.
So
Are they
tomorrow,
just when he said Cadbury's Dairy Milk nibbles, are they just squares of dairy milk, or are they? Yeah, we need more details, Wakey.
Some chocolate I'm alright with, but with the dairy milk, it's like more milk in it, so I can't have it because I'm lactose.
you know what Tracy said, will you stop bloody spending money on these cars and trailers? I'll
tell you something, Crypto. My my ex-brother-in-law, he's a celiac, and the only chocolates he could eat were roses, Cadbury's roses.
Is that what
Oh,
celiacs are? They eat chocolate?
No, it's lactose with
Yeah.
Oh,
Because as well as being a celiac, Crypto is lactose intolerant as well. But yeah,
intolerant, is that a condition?
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure you
it,
won't want it if. Oh, like large buttons with caramel inside.
You don't get a lot of them bags, though, do you?
Pardon me. It says
Yeah.
they pick three
You
bags.
don't get a lot in them. You don't get a lot in them, Wakey.
I am terrible, me though. I will eat it.
Hey, I tell you what I've had before. I mean, it was a long while ago, but I think they're still around. Yeah, Maltese buttons. They nice.
All right, partners, mate.
Oh, all right.
It says you
Well,
won't be able to stay long. Got transportation mission, but I'll come up when I get
Oh, okie dokie then. Yeah, if anybody's wondering where Amjad is, he's up in Glasgow, or it was up in Glasgow. His cousin's grandma passed away in the funeral.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
He didn't say. He did say that he wouldn't be back till later today.
I'm not going just yet.
Anyway,
Wakey, Wakey,
My bet. You're too intolerant about breakfast. Yeah, well, you imagine that Scotland from here is about 7 hours. So if Amjad's in London, how long is it going to take him to get to Glasgow? Unless they got train or something, I don't know.
Oh, train should be alright. Good 4 or 5 hours, huh?
I know.
Even longer.
Depends if there's a leaf on the line.
I know he did say we're going to be in yours tomorrow. Yeah, that's the thing.
Overnight, electric train that caught on fire on track, and Jesus Christ, just been a proper, really bad electrical fire. All people were jumping out.
So while we've got 16 people here, Crypto's live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Is it?
Yeah,
8 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll pop in.
So, hiya, Richard.
So Rich.
Yeah, I gotta get some pie.
Partner says if we're going past Nestle factory, pop in and get us some goodies then, partner.
You're going to do a ram raid? Well, you do a Yorkshire raid when you drive up, you ask how much, they tell you, and you go, how much? And then you just nick it.
The famous Paco Rabanne has passed away today.
Oh, that should bring that price up.
Paco Rabanne, he started off as a fashion designer, and then everybody knows that he's the Paco Rabanne fragrances. Wait till you get me a sack of Dairy Crunch.
What makes me laugh, a little bag of chocolate, they put a sticker up back so you can reseal them like they're going to be left over when you finish.
Okie dokie, then I'll see you when you get back, partners. Drive carefully. Yeah, Paco Rabanne. As I say, he started out as a fashion designer. Well, it basically, like all these futuristic, outfits, and then obviously, I mean,
prancing up and down, looking like a triangle.
But yeah, and then he sort of went on to release his fragrances, predominantly for men, aftershaves and
nice.
Eau de Toilette and all that.
I'm just gonna wash the glass out just to put my drink in. I'm gonna forget that.
I wear all the
Won't be a minute.
Mine's all the WD-40. Honestly, God, that grease gun thing I've got, I had to fill it up early because I'm a tight git. You buy the tubes for £5 and they're full of grease. But I've got a big tub of grease. So I'm there spooning it in. I made such a fucking mess, right?
Yeah, Johnny's wearing odor grease.
And I've had a bath, but you can still smell it in my finger.
It's not going to harm you anyway yet, Johnny.
Just seen it though. They're only a fiver or two, but because I've got a big tub of it, I just spilled there with a little teaspoon, spooning it in. Oh, it went everywhere. I used a tea towel to cover it, wipe it all up. Well, the tea towel is now in the bin.
I thought it says on News Joel they were 88. But
Well, it's say I was lied about his age.
could be.
I'll say how I say it. Joey, Joey Lee. I know it's Joel, but I just can't do it.
Wakey says melt it and pour it in.
Oh, I've done it now. It's done now. Well, it is. It's the trailer's got leaf suspension like that. Well, it's got grease fittings at each end, so I pumped them all full of grease, so nothing's going to rub or wear out.
Well, that's it. But you know what I mean? Johnny's
sending me pictures of different wallpapers she's looking at. She can't wait. She's got keys now.
She hasn't even got keys yet. She's sending you pictures for wallpaper.
Oh, she got them today. She ain't messing about.
Oh, right, today she got them. It's Friday today.
Yeah, she got them today. She wants me to start moving stuff in on Monday.
Oh, so you've got a busy week next week then?
Yeah, and then she wants me to decorate it then. And then she wants to get Christine a new big trampoline thing for garden.
Oh.
I'm going to be busy for about next 6 months, I think, at least. I love a project, though, you know me. I get to have a drive around with my trailer. I get to spend time with my mum. I get to decorate, which I love doing. So it's all good.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? And it's keeping you busy and out of mischief.
So I'm going to get an artificial lawn. I said, no, you're frigging not. The crap. I said, I'm going to rake the shit out of the lawn you've got, reseed it, and you watch by summer. You'll have a fantastic lawn by then. Next door got an artificial lawn, paid a fortune for it. It's been about 2 years now. There's weeds coming through it. Oh, it looks like a total mess. Now, if you lift it up, it'll be a complete mess. And you'll have to put new lawn there.
Yeah, you've got to wash them, haven't you? As well.
I hoover mine. My ramp outside's got artificial grass all the way up it, so I get Dyson out. Give it. But when Keena were little, she used to run up that ramp and go. So I artificial grassed it. So.
But I'm going to say I'm not a fan of that artificial grass stuff. This is no word of a lie. This is going to make you laugh, Johnny. There were a guy on end. I mean, they split up now. Joanne and her fella at the time when we first moved in, and he bought this like camper van, right? So he says, "Well, my idea is," he says, "I'm going to do it up, and and then we can go on holiday." So anyway, Chris, we're going out one day, and he says, "I've got something to ask you." So he says, "What do you think to me putting artificial grass all on outside?" So Chris sort of went, you know what I mean? Yeah, where his ideas come from, I don't know. So Chris sort of looked at him, gone out, and then he says, "Well, if you don't think that's a good idea," he says, he says, "Do you think I ought to pebble dash it?"
I felt like saying, when I pulled my trousers down and farted all the way around it.
so it were a toss-up between...
I was about to say, Chris, you'd have to do that on Vindaloo night.
It were a toss-up between artificial grass or pebble dashing outside of a camper van.
Absolutely crap. It's crap, that stuff.
So
it's destroyed his lawn next door. And
when Chris come in and he told me, I thought, is it for real or what? Artificial grass or pebble dash? Chris has, been been back at, well, not backwards and forwards. It's
That's the inside of that trailer. It's a bloody big one.
yeah. He's been back to hospital. What time he got to go next week?
9:50.
9:50. That's it. He went early because his appointment this afternoon was 1:20 right? So Northern General, it's a massive hospital. You know, they do everything there. We have got a smaller one, but they sort of ain't got the capability of the bigger hospital. Anyway, so Chris says there is sort of in certain areas free parking. So he says, I better go about 12 o'clock. He says, because it being sort of mid-afternoon, he says, everybody and the mother's, you know, going to be down there. So I went at 12 o'clock. I got a message back about 1:15, and he says, at 12:20, and he says, I parked up. He says, I got straight in a parking space. I says, well, so much for your, you know, looking at it is, well, it's mid-afternoon. I'm not going to get a parking space.
Yeah, but if you don't plan ahead, that's when you bloody end up stuck.
Well, that's it. I says to him, I says, well, look at it from another point of view, because it's like about 20 minutes from here.
I followed a car into the car park of the bloody hospital, right? The bollard thing come down. I was in staff car park and I couldn't get out.
Oh, dear.
Grass verge thing all the way around it with trees on it, right? Well, it's a 4x4 mine, isn't it? So I slowly went up and out of the car park like that,
Oh,
right?
dear.
I couldn't get out.
Wakey says 6 pints of John Smith's and a bag of lentils. Pebble dashing.
Could we have opted for sweet corn?
What, add a bit of colour to it?
Yeah, I don't want lentils. Jesus Christ. It'd be like,
Yeah.
ping, 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 ping.
But basically, when it goes down, he sort of books himself in, and if there's nobody before him, they let him go in early. So they did that last week, and they did that this week.
I was going at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll be back for a second.
Oh dear.
Why do you put your drone above hospital and cause a security breach?
They probably won't let him, Johnny, because
No, they won't.
that hospital, anyway, where he goes, they've got like helipad thing.
Yeah. See if you can park on the edge.
Like with it being a helipad, they have like this what they call, you know, a no-fly zone.
That's where you got to keep
Tim's
your
got
shower.
his grandkids again.
Uh-oh.
I'm having mine next Saturday.
So yeah, you know what I mean. With it being sort of
I've
a
not
big
seen man since Christmas Eve. Well, granddaughter.
My Chloe's 26 tomorrow. Jesus Christ.
who's 26.
My daughter Chloe.
Oh,
And Thomas is 27 in bloody April. God.
Hey, oh.
That shows the age a bit, doesn't it?
my oldest is 37 this year.
Well, you've cheered me up now, Jack. It's when they hit the 30s you'll think, Jesus Christ, they're 30.
Oh yes, Scotty's 27 tomorrow.
Hey,
Same day as my daughter then. That means I'm not going to forget your birthday now. Oh, shit.
But yeah.
Would you like a card that says auntie on it? I got her that one. Look.
Classy sassy.
She is. It's got to
Yeah,
be all
they-
designer with her. Even kids are designer. No excuses.
But
Yeah, my daughter will be 26 this year.
I had 2 kids by the time I was 21, you see. So.
I have somebody knocking about.
yeah, you keep saying that.
Grab a granny.
In fact, if one of my first girlfriends had kept her baby because her mum made her get rid of it, I'd have had one at 17. And then
But
the last I went out with, she called Heather Watson. I ended up having about 7 kids anyway. So she might as well have done that one.
Where were her mother when she wanted her?
Trying it on with me, that's where her mother was. Fucking little slapper. I crashed on the sofa one night, her mother come down in this negligee thing and said, "What do you think?" I fucking tried it on.
Oh my God.
Literally, I swear to God. Dropped the dressing gown right in front of me wearing all this red frilly.
Mate, you didn't know where to put your scent, Johnny.
Oh, I did, but I wasn't allowed to.
Oh dear.
That probably what give her the huff when I got a daughter up the duff.
What, because she'd rebuffed her advances.
Yeah.
But I think I was 23 when I had my eldest.
She was 16, I was 17, and her mum was like in the mid-20s.
I was 17.
Just about to be able to grow a beard properly then.
Hi, Scotty.
Hello.
Hey up, you old git.
Right, is it your peg shift?
He's just a young pup at 27.
Tell me Bones
Yeah.
that.
He'll get his free bus pass soon.
I
Yeah.
think at 27 I had a nice car and no licence.
Okay.
Just a way of keeping the cost down, Scotty.
Well, yeah, yeah.
No need for insurance, no need for an MOT, no need for a licence.
Yeah, can't go
Oh,
about it.
oh, to be young
Do
again,
that now.
Johnny.
No chance. Got no chance of doing that
Yeah.
now. You won't even get to end at the street without Sunday clocking.
No.
AMPR on the cars, and then when you go to the city centre, you've stuff.
I says, oh, to be young again.
And my Volvo 240, cream leather interior, heated seats, alloy wheels. I paid 150 quid for it, right? Because it had MOT were about to run out. And he went, he couldn't be bothered getting out done on it, right? I took it in for an MOT, it passed. It passed the MOT with no work done on it.
Wake is admitting he used to look same. It's the same here, Johnny. But this is the thing, you know, same we advanced technology. I mean, you won't be able to do it nowadays, would you?
Won't be able to go anywhere near city centre, a motorway, anything like that.
But this is it. I mean, we took his test in 91.
Same here, wakey.
You take
I
your
took my
I
motorbike test first. I had a motorbike for years, and then I took my car test. My mum had to pay for his driving test. My brother and sister took driving test. I took the motorbike test like I did. I should have just stuck. I wasn't that good at motorbikes.
But
When you're 6 foot odd, you don't really fit many motorbikes. What about getting cramp? Not without cramp. Oh, yeah.
I missed that.
That's a maniac.
Oh,
I mean, at least I didn't show those ones. They're
Oh, they're the new ones, aren't
the mint ones. Apparently a grass
they? Give
flavour.
them
he took his bike test in 99.
I think about time I took mine, to be honest.
My granddad took my
I've
driving
not
test.
seen them in it. 'Cause I'm not here.
Your granddad?
My granddad.
Going
Chris
for co-op.
said his granddad took 9 driving tests and failed them all, and he says, right, that's it, I'm not taking any more.
This was the
Fair
day
enough.
we did have to do a theory test.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
I've always got many eggs. A little smaller packet this time.
Tracy's fallen asleep at a desk again.
he's got a right, well, he did have a right stash other night. He got all sorts under that bed.
Haley's messaged me, where's Auntie Tracy? She's probably asleep at
Ew, let's hope she don't get a black eye this time, Johnny.
I'm going to put a cushion under her.
take over that.
He does look
She's the
gentle
only
to death.
person that I know that can give herself a black eye without any other person being involved.
What's this? What's this, Jeanette? Alexa, make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Wakey, wakey, Tracy.
Announcing.
Wakey, wakey, Tracy. That sends it all around the house now.
What?
Oh dear. But
That's
yeah,
enough.
Hopefully I didn't set anybody
I never
else's.
took a test. He
off.
got through. Is through the amnesty in 71.
No, Scotty does
Ooh.
an Alexa Inc. workshop as well, so I can just send a message anyway.
Yeah, I mean, by you mentioning the wake word, hopefully it didn't set everyone else's off.
But yeah, and yeah, the story about Tracy's black eye, Joel. I'll demonstrate to you. Now this is important. You've got to watch this. Now she's got a wooden computer
Solid
desk.
oak desk.
Yeah, a wooden computer desk, right? So she sits at a desk on a computer, but then out of nowhere she falls asleep. So it's sort of boom.
Oh, God.
I'll do the sound effect.
Yeah, and a glass has caught her eye, and she'd get herself a black eye. You know,
I've never done that.
I'm
I've
looking
fell
at the
asleep in
hidden
my
button.
chair, but I've never actually hit the deck.
but yeah, that and you know,
Yeah, that's
Tracy is the only person that I know that can give herself a black eye. You know what I mean? Without getting physical or violent or anything in any way. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I'd never pick a black eye if it had been.
I must have heard them. A black eye.
She can fall asleep on a washing line.
Yeah, Chris is saying he can fall asleep anyway.
At least she don't natter me when I do a long drive. She just falls asleep. Because if I don't need it for directions.
But yeah, you know what I mean. It sort of lends credence to the, you know, same as Johnny said.
Day 4, no engine light, and it's driving.
There she is.
Hey, Tracy, we've just been demonstrating your black eye.
Yeah. Well,
Hello,
I have.
Hi, Teresa.
I did sound effect.
Did Johnny's Alexa wakey rise and shine wake you up? Because Hayley's been trying to message you.
Yes, she has.
Oh, I'd hate to get one of them.
So yeah, Johnny
I don't know what you said.
Johnny presumed you were asleep. We
That's impressive. Falling asleep, standing up. Yep,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
Yeah, now that one's a new one on me. That falling asleep, standing up. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to
Wait,
attempt that.
he once fell asleep in stood up at bar in a nightclub.
I fallen asleep sat up at a bus shelter when I'd missed the last bus.
Yeah, see, Johnny knows his missus. She says, yeah, I fell asleep.
Oh, yeah.
Because what it were, Tracy, Hayley's been trying to go in touch with you, and obviously she's messaged Johnny to say she's been trying to get in touch with you. So Johnny says, one can only assume that she's fell asleep.
Don't have to, does it?
He'll pack up.
It's more jealousy
I
than
can't
that.
even go to sleep when I go to bed, let alone any other time.
And if I get
Not
tired
Alexa.
and fall asleep everywhere else, then I'll
Do you
get
mean
into
Alexa?
bed.
Do you mean
Then I'm wide
Alexa?
awake, and then I get out again.
But
Then I go through it again. I get tired. Then I go back to bed. And I can't sleep.
Alcohol had nothing to do
yeah,
with it.
I think
Got nothing to do
got
with it.
Alexa on.
Okay.
Well, I got to bus stop about 11:30, and I had to sleep at the bus stop from 11:30 till 5:30 till first bus started.
Well, I couldn't do that.
Because I was in Bradford at a rock club, and I had to get back to Beeston in Leeds. So it was easy just to crash out in
I'll tell you what, as well. I mean, I don't know whether anybody's saying, but you know, like when we go on holiday, I mean, like we went in the caravan last year. I'm all right after first night, sort of once I've got my bearings, if you know what I mean. But that first night, I do not sleep a wink. Strange, that, isn't it? But yeah.
You don't feel comfortable yet.
Yeah. And I think it's basically because it's something new, it's like strange surroundings. I can't hardly sleep that first night. But after that first night, I'm fine. Yeah. You know, it's just that initial first night.
Wakey, not from Great Orton in Bradford in. That's Great Orton, through Bradford Centre, all the way down into Leeds City Centre, and out of Leeds City Centre to Beeston, and I was walk my ass.
Oh dear.
You look at me walking in the same direction.
I was going to say you'd probably start walking one direction,
go in a different direction,
and start walking back from where you'd already come.
I find when you're drunk, you seem to get there.
I feel shit faced. I spent my taxi money on some more drink. I got even more shit faced.
But this is the thing. I mean, alcohol does quite inhibit your sense of direction. Let's just put it this way. So you probably have been walking around in circles all night.
It's weird. I can walk more straight when I'm alcohol than I can sober.
I'm not waiting. I couldn't get a taxi.
Anyway, I was a rocker then, so I walk around in Doc Martin boots. I'm not walking 15 miles in Doc Martens.
If I want to get home in a warm bed, I will.
But you know what I mean? It's one of these things. I mean, I think men's brains wired a bit different to what, you know, our main perspective is, you know, focus on what's in front on you, get home, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I done that. My mates were waiting for a taxi. I went, sod this, I'm walking. And he phoned me and go, what, are you home? I went, yeah, we're still waiting for the taxi. I'm getting in bed now.
We could try begging a kebab off the truck guy outside.
Tracy says she's just talking to Taylor now.
She'll be saying, "No, you're coming round tomorrow because we only get one day off a week and we just love sitting at your flat doing that all." I only get one day a week to myself and I've got plans, so I ain't going running around for anybody tomorrow.
Wakey says, skin full of beer, you go as the crow flies. Yeah,
the reverse camera will be about 1 o'clock.
Typical man.
I'm thinking of putting the camera as a temporary thing that I can take on and off and putting it on top of the wheel on the back, you know, so it points down at the trail and then I can see it when it's...
Oh, yeah.
I can't put it underneath where the number plate is because it's right low down on the left.
Your note flies off when you're transporting all your mum's stuff.
I'm going to B roads. I'm not flying up motorway with it. I'll stick with B roads.
Yeah, probably good on it.
Is it far from where she is now, Johnny?
Well, it takes me about 20 minutes to get to here, and then it takes another 40 to get to Dolly.
No, I mean, you know where your mum is, where your mum's living now. Yeah. Is it far from where she's living now?
Where she's going to be living, yeah?
Yeah.
And about an hour. That's why she's moving that way, so it used to take over an hour every morning to get us to get.
Oh, that's why she wanted to move to Doncaster.
The traffic in the morning from Armley going to Leeds City Centre, which is a nightmare. And then you've got to get past my house and then onto motorway and then to Doncaster. It's just too much.
Yeah. Oh, I get what you mean now. I thought she already lived in Doncaster. That's what made me wonder.
I've been doing it for 2 years now, that driving bit. So.
I'm just going to go bathroom
And
break.
you have
the
10
time
minutes.
going through,
15 minutes if it's rush hour. So you can get to school in 15 minutes.
Well, that's it. It's a lot more convenient for your mum. You know what I mean?
Bloody as if she's acting up and she has to pick her back up. She won't take her long.
That's it.
But
You're still not fetching her from school and whatever then.
Oh, she acts up a lot, does Christine. She's that way out.
But last time you spoke about it, you said she was kicking off it back at car and she wouldn't put a seatbelt out on, and you said that's it. I've done.
I haven't picked her up since.
Haven't you?
No. I told her I love her to bits, but I'm not risking my license for anybody, not even Christine. So that's a be all and end all with this family. I do the driving. Simple as.
Has she sorted something else out then?
What?
Picking Christine up.
Oh, they're doing it at the moment, but she's on half days until they move over there.
Oh.
And now we've got the key, she'll just be able to go to bungalow and sort stuff out while Christine's at school. 12 till 3 she's doing it, Mum.
Oh.
Just till they get her moved over there and then it won't be so bad then.
Well, that's it.
I mean, last week she threw a fish finger, but it was still across the canteen, but it was still on a fork at the time. She called a specialist teacher that works with a fat cow. And she threw a mobile phone.
Fish finger incoming.
Flying fish finger.
You've seen how little she is and all, but she's also a teenager,
Yeah.
so she's a downright little shit.
You'll believe it if you've seen her. That you'd think she were about Keena's age, wouldn't you? About 7, if you see her.
With special needs, or if like Keena, say like little Khalid ain't giving her attention, she'll slap the baby. Got watching with them kids. Do you know what she did? I took her on a park and she pulled a lollipop out of a little boy's mouth and threw it on the floor.
I can remember you saying.
Yeah. But when I got home, she signed to me mum that little boy shouldn't have been going down the slide with a lolly in his mouth. It was dangerous. So that's how she did it. I said, right, Mum, that doesn't explain us smacking the girl in the face in the queue for the slide.
I mean, you can understand a bit lolly. I mean, we are being non-verbal. You know what I mean? She can't sort of put her point across. He shouldn't be going down that slide with a lollipop in his mouth. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, the same as you say, this sort of certain situation.
Parents don't really see it that way though, because it's their child that's upset. You know?
Oh yeah.
The little girl come down the slide before Christine crying. So she got to end and the mum was like, "What's the matter?" And she told her that Christine had nipped her. So I had to bloody apologise and stuff. And then Christine was like signing, having a flap. She went, "Oh, can't she speak?" I said, "No, she can't talk either. And she's special needs." She went, "Oh, don't worry about it. But she's caused nearly World War III a few times. Khalid ran away the other day and she like ran behind him to stop him. And when he wouldn't stop, she was honest to God, you got to watch her. She clonks Keena, but Keena's getting as big as her now.
Well, that's it. You know, I mean, there's sort of only so much a person will take on it. And I know, knowing your Keena, she'll...
Well, 60% that slaps Keena gets a well-deserved because she's one whining ass. That's what I go. Keena demands attention. If she don't get it, she's an ass.
Oh.
Ooh.
And it's Biscuit sneezing.
What's she buying now? 3 rolls for wallpaper for each room should do it. God, she's bloody measuring up. She wants a feature wall in. It's a 3-bedroom. They're all big rooms. She wants a feature wall in each room and then just painted wall.
She's mapping your work out for you.
Yeah,
hey, Richard.
Hello. How are we doing?
Hello.
Jeanette, she doesn't know I charge £100 an hour.
Oh dear.
I cannot see anybody.
She'd be like, open all hours, go, one day, Granville, it will all be yours. I said, no, it ain't, Mum. You sold the house.
I think that's no. Chris had a message. Do you know Andrew Linney, Richard?
Andrew?
Andrew Linney.
No.
No. Anyway, Chris got a
Wait,
message.
yeah, I would have been bored, but I was very shit-faced that night. Very shit-faced.
He had a message from him today. Yeah, he lost his Mini 3.
Oh, shit.
All right.
He says he lost signal, pressed return to home, and it didn't return to home.
Oh dear.
Unusual, that, isn't it? Especially for a Mini 3.
What if it returns at last owner? So you can resell it.
Might have gone back to China.
Yeah.
Might have gone back to DJI factory in China when he said return to home.
I might well have done.
If you look at newspapers, it's for sale again because it returned to its original owner.
Have you used your Just for Men yet?
No, tomorrow.
How are you doing it tomorrow? Are you?
I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah. I've got to wait for my hair to lighten.
I've got my grey bits ready. They're ready and waiting, but...
Embrace the grey, Richard. Embrace the grey.
He's only doing his age on it, but it's a bit of an experiment at the moment. We got on about it other night, and
bloody hell, I need a Dulux colour chart.
Basically, with this Just for Men, it's a tube of stuff. You just screw this like comb thing on end and brush it through your hair, and Bob's a good one. You know what I mean? 10 minutes, and then wash it off.
Isn't that what Chrissy used? Was it Just for Men?
Yeah, he ran about it other night.
I'd need just
for. They're not new glasses, Joel. It's just my lens fell out to what my other ones.
Got a bit of tape in the middle.
I thought, why is everything blurred?
Did you realise it fell out?
Yeah, it just fell out.
I did that other day. I was driving Keen at school. I thought everything's a bit blurry this morning. Is it foggy? I forgot my freaking glasses.
These are the ones that I'm not wearing normally during day for normal, but for computer screen, they need to be a bit stronger. It's like I can sit sharp, but it's a bit blurred, you know.
Yeah,
zoom your screen in a bit.
All the time.
Turn your view up a bit.
Oh, I've been talking to your best pal today.
Captain Yorkshire.
Hey, Captain Yorkshire.
That's not suspicious.
Yeah, I've been chatting with Brissy.
Oh, Brissy.
Yeah, wanted to know about dumplings.
Oh, I think you mentioned that.
Yeah.
No concept whatsoever.
Hey?
Created 3rd of April 2022. I'm not checking you out, Captain, honest. you got no followers whatsoever though. Are we watching you? I'm ready to click.
I wonder if it's
Captain Yorkshire tea, dodgy sounding.
I've got to be on the ball.
But yeah,
he's my favourite, so I am highly suspicious.
I did send him a recipe. So
wait, savoury dumplings.
Hey?
Savoury dumplings. Or like
no, just dumplings to put into stew. But the one that I sent him would be the food one, and it does put you put parsley or something in it.
Sweet sugar dumpling, give me that.
Like beef stew, and then you.
Yeah, it's just basically flour, suet, and it's only like three ingredients.
Yeah, I've made the ones that the Jamaican or the hard ones as well.
Oh yeah, no, these is just like normal dumplings that you have in stew.
Then you got the pastry ones, and then you got the ones that you said you put in stew.
That's what I need to try. That dumplings. I'll do with them in that machine.
That's the trailer. That's the trailer. It's a big one, look.
No, with wheels.
They're at the tyre shop getting new tyres.
Did you think it had them half inched?
I was thinking
It's behind the
London
50,
Road,
but
there's no wheels on it. Look,
It's my anti-theft device, Richard. I take the wheels off.
I thought you were showing me a coffin.
Not yet, but you've got the right idea. That's just saved me a few quid. We'll fit all of us in that. I've got a cover for it. No, so next week I'm going to take all the seats out of the car. So that's a van then, because it's a RAV. And then use the trailer as well.
I do you to bolt a chair into a trailer and take Tracy for a whiz round streets.
That's the one I sent him. Look.
Reversing, Richard.
Oh yeah. Is it like a steak?
Tracy makes really nice dumplings. It's got a nice.
It's even got a video. I says to him, I says that recipe's even got a video on how to make them. You just need self-raising flour, suet. It says a small handful of parsley chopped, but it's optional.
So no, then.
It's quite simple to make dumplings.
Yeah, that's all you need. You just need flour, suet, and yeah, job's a good one.
I've been battering her fryer this past couple of weeks. You know.
Oh, what you been making?
Just just whatever fits in it, basically.
Richard, I'm on my third one in about a year. So
Oh, I love it. I love it. You know what I had this morning? I put crumpets in it. They were beautiful.
I do a full English breakfast every morning in my allergen cooker. Every morning.
I love it.
You know, I get
4
40.
bacon, 4
But
sausages,
you
2
see,
eggs, beans.
we bought a smaller version, and yeah, therein lies the problem. It's only small. So we ordered a 11-litre one from Amazon, and it's like got 3 shelves, and it's basically can do everything in it.
Oh,
You got
man,
the-
I've got
four and a
I've
half
got the
litres or
small
something.
allergen oven, but I've not even used it.
But
Oh, this is not
Perfect for
allergen.
one
It's an air fryer. I mean, there's
Oh,
a
I've got one of them
difference.
as well. Yeah, wait, it's
I've
an air
got
fryer. oven.
an allergen and 2 air fryers, a double draw and a single draw.
you just can't
I
beat
bought
it.
one and then my mum bought me one.
Inside fridge. Ooh.
Yeah, it's like a mini oven, but it's an air fryer as well.
That's the one that we've got.
Yeah.
All right, mine looks like an oven, like a mini, like.
Yeah,
about that?
it's got a rotisserie in as well, but it's also got that's
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I've got to get my shop tomorrow.
yeah, that's the shelves in it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, so it's a lot bigger than what it is. It looks quite small on the picture.
Yeah, it's quite a big one. I mean, you imagine 11 litre. I know.
Well, I've seen it on the shelves.
Yorkshire.
Yeah.
I know Captain Yorkshire Tears.
Oh yeah.
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 Christina's got for shots. She's got apple, Cactus Jack apple.
What do you mean? Hang on. You mean that?
Same thing.
Captain Morgan's apple, sliced apple.
Oh no, hers is like.
No.
Hers is snaps.
Oh yeah,
The
the
small cans in garden
yeah,
that
no,
when that
yeah.
water cooler have been in there since last year. They're in debt.
Yeah.
That's for shots
It's
because I've
apple
got to get
cider.
Yeah,
No, I don't
it-
fancy drinking
yeah, the
cider.
sours apple. Yeah,
sours, yeah. So
I would have a drink, but not cider.
Well, I'll get a different flavour one then. No, she's got the apple.
there it is.
The Tesco apple cider.
Apparently, British got some games for us.
Still got the cracker.
I've only got vodka, and I'm not going down that route
Apparently, everyone needs paper and a pen.
tonight. Might get rid of this damn cold I've got a
This
little bit.
game, like you suggested.
All the vitamins I take, it's finally got me. I've got a bit of a cold, only a little bit. It hasn't stopped me gardening today, so
Say, maybe.
my garden is
Richard does
spotless.
his
It's not even a
crumpets in air
tiny bit
fryer.
of rubbish.
Hey, what?
Richard does his crumpets in air fryer.
Oh, everything. I've put crumpets in it. I put some sausage rolls in last night, and they were superb. They come out brilliant. They did.
You can do all like that in them.
And another trick I've found: if you get a slice of bread, get a pint glass, cut it
Yeah,
out,
and put an egg in it.
stick an egg on it. It's
I know,
superb.
I've seen it.
Brilliant.
I'll put that egg in it.
Oh, Richard, I've never seen you so excited.
This is, yeah. I wonder.
Hmm.
So yeah, if you look on Facebook, Richard, there's a Tower air fryer group, and they share recipes and all sorts.
Has he got to say what it's us?
Richard, no.
No.
I think they're brilliant, especially for me. Just living alone, it's perfect because I could just grab an handful of crap, chuck it in. 12 minutes later, boom, boom, done.
But yeah, I mean,
No oven, no
I've just shown you that that one that
Did
we
you hear the
got.
ping you sorted?
Hmm?
As soon as the ping arrives, you sorted.
Who could I be? I think for some reason, I think it's partner.
I said that about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I can give two Chinese
It is,
shots.
isn't it?
There you go. I
Okay.
said, how are you? So yeah,
So Johnny, Richard, and Scotty, and the chat.
Yeah.
that's the one that we've got.
Is that you, partner?
Yeah, it's a bit more on the expensive side. That's
Captain's on panel.
11 litre. I mean, you probably won't need an
Right.
11 litre.
Not partner.
Mm.
No, it's not me. I've only got one channel and one channel only.
It's got to be Johnny 5.
It's not me, I can't be asked for all that shit. I don't even use my Johnny 5+1 now.
Who else drinks? Who else likes the York?
That's the air fryer one I got. My mum got me a big double one. 2 drawers on it.
That looks like one of them ninja ones.
But then I've got an allergen cooker and then I think it's a 7 litre air fryer.
Most definitely not a sponsor.
It's Gordo.
Oh, no,
Has Gordo
that's it.
even been in the chat today?
Sorry, that's it. It's a Daewoo one. That's the one I got. It's a Daewoo one.
Well, I mean, I look at it this way. It don't matter what mech it is, Johnny. You know what I mean? If it does job.
Yeah,
I
mine
don't know.
was
We're not allowed to use it until the other one packs in. And we're not using the double one at all until it packs
50
in.
quid from Argos, mine. And it's just got one knob on it, which is just perfect for me.
You're under the
Turn the knob
on
on.
They were selling them in B&M at £100 each, so my mum bought 4.
Well, they've got them in Lidl at the moment.
One for everyone.
£39.99 at the moment. But they're only,
She
they're
bought
only
us
small
a fancy
ones.
flat bed, Jeanette. Big
What?
fancy metal flat bed with chrome knobs on the end and all that.
Because I got mine from Argos, and a week later they put them in Lidl for 20 quid cheaper. I couldn't believe it.
Is that what you've got, Richard?
Oh, now I'm getting confused.
Salter
Oh, that one, yeah.
brand it is.
Who's bags
And I
on?
paid 50
Oh,
quid
yeah,
in
which is
Argos,
Gordo.
and they were in Lidl 2 weeks
Oh,
a week
is
later for 20 quid less.
So it's Captain Yorkshire Tea Gordo as well.
Bloody sod's law, that.
But the thing is, that one that we've bought, it's dearer now than when we bought it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it cost of living, everything in like electrical.
Yeah.
That's cheaper.
Especially if it's off Amazon, everything goes up on Amazon.
And because everybody's rushing out to buy them.
They've been caught out, Amazon, their warehouse, right? They've been destroying hundreds of thousands of pounds of electrical items. They've got nothing wrong with them all, so they can write them off as tax things.
Yeah.
They've got staff in the back warehouse just dedicated to smashing up stuff and getting rid of it all. Hundreds of thousands of laptops, you name it, laptops, bloody TV, you name it, all lot just getting smashed up and thrown away. So they can claim it back in tax. It's a big tax fiddle.
But yeah, I know
Say they've
different.
got a couple, say they've got a
Not
spec of
hard,
laptop, high spec, they can just flog them out, get them out and turn them back intact. Yeah, they've just literally got staff just smashing stuff up so they can claim it back on the tax.
Probably cheaper in long run to do that, you know.
Yeah, just writing them off. Yeah, but it's still
This is the thing. This is the thing. One of Twatterbollock's neighbours, a young couple, they buy these pallets from Amazon. They don't know exactly what's in them.
That returns. Yeah.
And basically, they sell them on eBay and such like.
Sometimes it'll work out.
Channels do that.
Sometimes
Amazon returns.
Told me to buy £500 worth of pallet.
A 500 quid pallet, Chris has just said. He told him that they buy pay 500 quid for a pallet. But this is the thing, it's pot luck. He might get a pallet that's worth more than 500. But then again, next time he buys one, he might get one that's not worth 500.
It's got 1,000 boxes of paper clips in it.
No, you know, this is sort of the pot luck that you take. You might pay 500 quid and it be all electricals and laptops and God knows
That's where you're going
what
to get the money in it if you can get a pallet.
and be able to sort of double your money. But then next time they go to buy one, they might buy another 500 quid one and have all shit in it, if you know what I mean.
What we're going to do with 3,000 napkins?
I've got an itch on my leg. Oh dear.
Well, I'm
So-
going to get that
All these
waste
logs.
out.
Like only falls
talking-
£1,000 worth of
Which-
sunscreen in the middle of winter.
Talking of which,
What have you done?
I haven't done anything.
Might take a look on your face.
Way up, what's going on here?
Oh, she's opening a tin.
Oh, here's a tin.
It's a love beads.
Not quite.
You got your shirt.
Oh, it's cake things, isn't it?
Yeah, cookie cutters.
Yeah, cooking.
Tracy's been looking for all them animal ones and all different ones she got. But
Yeah, the one, the particular one that I want, the small love art one.
Oh, that's
But-
to go in the middle. To take the
You
middle
get the
out.
rude ones.
You'll have to
Well,
send me a link.
hang
I'll
on a minute, Not bad price. I mean, they've got sort of
Is it over a
circle,
tenner?
like oblong,
Never
squares,
mind that. It's over a tenner.
triangles, stars. Them, like, yeah.
I don't like to spend more than a tenner. Is it
And
over a
then-
tenner?
And then sort of like a flower shape as well in 3 sizes. Yeah.
I've seen those, Ted. I've seen those.
Ted
Ted.
says there's a lot of people do that on YouTube by them.
Yeah, they make a lot of money on the viewings for the unboxings and stuff. If you never know.
Have you read on now?
Go on, tell me the price, engineer.
About £6.
So I'll drop a link,
Oh,
to it.
I'll get to that. I'll get to that.
Right, I've just dropped the link.
Call it an early Christmas present. Cheers, partner. I'll get that.
So anyway, same as I say,
Got it.
Well, that's my affiliate link.
we're not actually. I'll let me have a look.
Are you affiliating? I don't know.
I get a small cut if you buy through that link. It don't cost any more.
No, it's still the same price, but
Yeah.
Partners gets a bit of a.
Back.
Right, let me just have a look. I'll put the actual link in, but click on part. If you're going to buy them, Johnny, you click on Partners link and then put that link in.
I'll see it is. Link. Crazy.
Is that coming?
Got loads of little animal shaped ones, but they're all just circles and triangles that look no love out.
We've got Halloween ones. Christmas tree.
We arrived about 50 in a bag. It's all about that big. You're supposed to make biscuits out of them.
But yeah, this I think 24. I think there is. But it's like there's arts, flowers. You know what I mean?
Hi, Terry.
Well, if it's connected to eBay, Eki, whatever it is, yeah, I know who it is.
It's most definitely not me.
Yeah, so I think shows who it is.
Ben Martin bigger, I can see now. You're all talking about someone to chat and I can't see it. Every time I zoomed it up last time, it zoomed everybody on StreamYard up as well, so I've separated the windows.
Welcome back,
Right.
Tim.
Let me just go back into me. Right. So I'm just copying the link. So if you do get them, Johnny, that is the link. This is the link for them. So yeah, that's the actual link for them.
Right up to the cookie cutters.
Oh crap! Yeah, them. Where's that gone now? Oh, it's here. I mean, we're not actually. Well, I'm not actually using them on Monday because there's. I bought some chocolate arts.
Chocolate one.
A bit ago. Basically, I think I made a Valentine's cake for Christmas summer. I don't know, but I bought these Dr. Oetker chocolate arts, and there's 60 in them. Well, obviously, I didn't use that many, so I just put them back in the fridge and forgot all about them. Well, I thought I've got some chocolate arts somewhere, so rather than sort of scooping, you know, like doing a butterfly cake and then actually using the cookie cutter to cut the art out, I thought I'll just use them chocolate arts. You know what I mean? But we're still gonna be making them, using them week after, because we're gonna make the art jammy dodgers, and like the actual jammy dodgers in an art shape, and then cut in an art shape out at middle.
That's what the jamming.
Yeah. Well, all you do is you bake the cake. Well, half of them you don't cut it whole in. Other half you put stamp art at middle, bake them, and then just sandwich them together with jam. Job's good. So,
yeah, my daughter's got the giant heart one. You know, they've seen the giant heart cut about that big. Like big heart. It's Maitland and the other giant heart cookies.
oh yeah.
She made one for a partner. She actually did his name in it, but she got a giant heart cutter.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's basically. Hi James, how are you? It's easy enough. You just make like so many plain, you know, without any holes or out cut out. Other half you sort of cut the centre out of this art shape, and then when they cook, you just sandwich them together with some jam, and that's it.
So are you putting the jam all over, or are you just gonna put it in the middle?
Yeah, all you do is you don't quite put it to edge. Once your cookies have cooled down, you just put like a spoonful of jam in the middle, the base one, and then put other one on top, and that's it. That's your jammy dodger.
Are you doing any cream, or are you just using jam?
No, just putting jam in the middle.
Just putting jam in it.
It wouldn't be a jammy dodger if you put creamer out in it, would it? You know what I mean? But you know, putting the Valentine's stamp on it.
It was
Yeah, they're going to be Valentine's themed Jammy Dodgers.
That jam bag to have chocolate in the middle.
But yeah, you know what I mean. Same as I said. I mean, as a rule, we don't celebrate Valentine's. Like the cake that I made when I made a Valentine's. Don't ask. It's been back today, Ted, and Chris thinks it's looking better, but yeah. I'll just show you the picture that he sent me when he were at hospital. This was when he were having his dressing changed.
Yeah, okay. Wow, that looks even sour now. I'm seeing it bloody further. It's bloody red round it, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that could be that because they put an iodine patch on it. So that could be that. But Chris thinks it's, Chris thinks it's sort of healing a bit better. But
only Chris will know, really. Whether it
they've did him a different thing to put on. That's the one that they've given today. So they've done away with iodine patch and that other thing, and get him
my
that.
My mum gets ulcers on her legs really bad.
My mum gets that. I think sometimes the cuts are better off getting a bit of air to them. I think when they're constantly covered up, I think it slows it down. It keeps them wet.
But this is the thing, Richard. You know, being on blood thinners, they can't leave it uncovered because if it catches it, it'll bleed out.
That's a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only downside is they couldn't. I mean, if that were the case, I mean, hospital would tell him to leave it off. But the fact that he's got to go back every week and have it changed, and
that's the thing. You see, he had the problem of the bloody vein to start with, and then got it bit. So,
and even that's not shifted anyway, Johnny.
Yeah,
it's still there. And how long have you been on these blood thinners?
Yeah, that'll be slowing things down and all.
But you see, that's one of the reasons why they can't leave it uncovered. Hey
Chris, accidentally you kick the shit out of him.
if it's because it's at front of his leg, you're more likely to catch it on something, aren't you?
Bang that area all the time.
Yeah, and same as Chris says, that's, you know, if he were to catch it uncovered, it just carry on bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. You know what she said to him? I think it was last week when he went, because every single week when he's gone by, it sort of had like a patch on the dressing, and it's like, you know, when you get blood seeping out of a plaster or you get a thing. Anyway, she says that's perfectly normal, but she says just keep your eye on it. And if you notice it getting bigger and bigger, she says, come straight back. So, you know, it's I don't know.
See, before that happened, if it had just been the blood thinners, it'd be on the mend by now completely.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, you don't. Is it Wolf area?
It's 3 weeks tomorrow since it happened, right? And she said to Chris that it's not helping in being on blood thinners because that is hindering the healing process. Well, under normal circumstances,
when you have a cut on your leg, that bloody bit on the top is actually clotting, isn't it? It's
yeah.
Yeah, it took my dad ages to heal because he had a
to heal underneath, is it? So
how is that? Like it was like a murmur or something, like where he had.
Bet the minute he could stop the blood thinners, bet the minute he could stop them, he'll heal up a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So every time he cut himself, it took. ages to heal.
Yeah.
Well,
You see,
is it
that's
that-
the problem that Chris is having. He can't stop the blood thinners because they're for that blood clot. But the fact that he's had a dog bite on top of that,
Yeah.
she said the blood thinners are hindering the healing process.
Yeah.
Isn't it mad all the places he could have got bit on his body, he got bit on the fucking blood vessel?
Super glue.
It's a situation.
I bet he would have preferred being bit on the ass, to be honest, wouldn't he? He'd rather be bit on the ass than bit on the bloody
Well, same as I said to him, Johnny. He had that part of cellulitis, and he got like his legs like reddy purple right from his ankle to his knee. Then this blood clot come out same leg, and that bloody dog bite. I says, you know, all on the same leg. I said, what's up with your writing? Don't that look as appetising as your left?
You better cutting that one over.
It's always the left leg. Always the left leg.
Every single thing that's happened has happened to his left leg, not his other one.
Yeah, I think it's just a running theme because you go to A&E, you can guarantee majority of leg injuries are left legs.
Yeah.
Hey, shall I give him a comforting thought? It could have been his middle leg.
Oh,
Last thing you want is a clot on your
you know,
ball.
when you broke your toe with that, your left leg and all. Oh,
Well,
no.
where I thought where I shattered my elbows.
Not that. When he broke his toe, it was his other leg for a change.
Well, listen to the song you put your left leg in. Ow.
I'm going to mention Ginger Peg. It was his extra leg.
Yeah, you can't have surgery while you're on blood thinners. Well, you can, but you've got to stop them so long before you have surgery.
Yeah.
Before you go have surgery.
It looked like a murder scene, otherwise.
But the thing is, James, he had a lump come up, and they said it was an external blood clot. Well, proper name for it is a superficial thrombolytis. So they put him on these blood thinners, a course of antibiotics, and then a few days later, fucking dog bit him. Excuse me language. On the same leg, but at front.
Go on, Jeanette. Dog, didn't it?
Unbelievable, somebody once said.
A blooming dog bit him.
Yeah. Well, it's not a. It is a
Most
fucking
part-
dog
most
to me.
part-
I go straight to her house, walking from garden, piss all over her lawn.
But the thing that's pissing me off the most is she lives just over at Backseat. She knows where we live. She hasn't even had the common decency to come and knock on the door and say, "How's his leg? Sorry, my dog bit him." Blah blah blah. Nothing. Couldn't give a
Did she
shit.
blame your dog?
Oh yeah, we had all that. Yeah. When it happened, she says, "Well, wait, it's sure it weren't your dog." And Chris says, "Well, if Biscuit had bit me, it'd have been right back because he'd got him at side of him, pulled him to the
If the
side."
dog is walking, he's going to fucking bite him.
Yeah.
Dear me.
And then, if anybody knows Biscuit, they know that's not sort of dog he is. It's not a biter.
She's just going round it, wasn't
The big
she,
softy.
when it's
But the thing is as well, James, our dog was on the lead and hers wasn't. Yeah, figure it out.
You're
You know
right,
what I mean?
like, if I hadn't gone up and gone. Oi!
No, she knew she
Dog
was
under
in the
proper
right. She was trying
control.
to get away with it. So far.
I says to Chris, I mean, you know me, Johnny. I says to Chris, I says, I had a good mind to hobble round there. I says, and knock on the door and say, I hope you're fucking satisfied. He's having
Oh,
two weekly trips to hospital. He's got an external blood clot. He's on blood thinners. And now, because your fucking dog bit him, it's not healing up.
It's
You know
not so
what
much
I
the
mean?
dog, though, James.
Right,
It's
on
the
me.
owner. It's the owner, James, not the dog.
Yeah.
She's got
Yeah.
responsibility for that dog.
And that's exactly
Yeah.
what we've said. It's
Yeah.
not the owner, the dog. It's the
It's not
owner.
really funny, but these days, unless you're out in countryside, you shouldn't really let your dog off at all.
And I always say, Johnny, if you can't control your dogs, then you should have them on a lead.
Or not have dogs
And
at
if
all.
they do have a tendency to bite you, you have to put like a muzzle on them when you go out.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? It
Well, you
makes
just
me
keep
so
going about it.
angry that because of her irresponsibility as a dog owner, Chris is having to have weekly trips to bloody hospital every Friday.
Well, the fact that she's not in to see, come to see if he's all right.
Nothing at all.
The
Phoebe.
don't dare.
And you'll make me some juice.
Go coffee.
Go on then. But yeah, it's just a waiting game at the moment, James. You know, it's same as I say, weekly trips to hospital because they thought at first that he might have to have a skin graft. You know, I mean, let's sort of how can I put it? Hypothetically, if he'd had a skin graft, it'd have been healing up by now.
Off me hairy horse.
Yeah, if you only patch a bear on his leg that's a different colour.
And got spots on it.
Excuse me, why have you got a Hitler moustache on your leg?
He said I should have taken my leg to the toilet. I mean, I know we're laughing about it, but yeah.
His leg will go like that in the night. His leg will go like that in the night.
I said to him, you know, had he actually have had a skin graft, it'd have been well on way to heal him, but they didn't reckon it were, you know.
Yeah, so sometimes it's not like you try.
You put best before date on it.
But yeah. And I keep saying to him, don't take it off your arse. it's this bit of you.
If you take it off the backside of the
Gluteus maximus.
Yeah. You know, what else is, where do you get the concept that they take it off your arm? They don't. It's this bit of your thigh.
Oh, is it below your backside?
Yeah. Shall I tell you why they do it? It's because the skin on that part of your body is more flexible, more stretchy.
Yeah, but I thought it was other play. Yeah, anyway.
But you know when they take it off, it's like peeling a potato.
There's other stretchy places, especially on a man.
I know.
James can always lop a bit off his foreskin. He ain't got all that much there to begin with.
Why does it become a foreskin?
Hey Richard, it could be a bit of your ball, so it's crinkly during the day. If it gets wet, it goes longer.
Yeah, I wouldn't be fancy going on holiday with shorts and with a foreskin stuck to my shin.
There's only Richard could come out with that. Oh dear. Did you hear that, baby? Baby.
Baby. Then she goes, oi, no bed.
And then she calls him by his full name.
Yeah, he only gets 3 babies and then a knobhead.
Oh dear.
With me, I go to Tracy and go, Trey, off a
Richard says, because James says you could always lop a bit off his foreskin, and Richard said, can you imagine going on holiday with a bit of foreskin attached to your leg? Shorts on. Oh dear.
Funny looks, wouldn't you?
Definitely.
Richard, Scotty, and in the chat.
Hey, you might be able to get a roll back at Aston.
You've made me forget what I'm looking for on my phone now.
Just think, if you did it out of a foreskin, you could get a roll back like Asda.
I forgot what I was looking for now.
Not surprised.
As the
Well,
rollback.
it'll come to me. I was looking back on my phone at pictures what Chris had sent me, and I forgot what I'm looking for now.
Foreskin.
No, it went to foreskin, partner.
They sell them on Amazon.
It was a two-skin that's been put back.
But yeah, you know,
Very
when you actually do a skin graft, they take it off that part because the skin on that part of your body, with it being like a fatty part of your body, it's more flexible and easier to stretch.
Yeah, it's not foreskin, it's two-skin because there's been cutbacks.
Oh dear. But
I'll
yeah,
just put a 90-degree angle on this.
it's like a bit like a pasta machine, and what they do is they just scrape a thin layer of skin. Honestly, they just scrape a thin piece of skin off. They put it in one of these petri dishes and stretch it out, and that's the whole point of a finger.
Jeanette, I've just been discussing.
You make it sound like a baking lesson.
Ow.
You've just what, Johnny?
I've been about balls and foreskins and you're on about bloody pasta machine.
Crypto says you make it sound like one of your baking sessions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I personally, I've not had a skin graft, but I know what they do. But
yeah, pass.
So yeah, you know, and when they told him that he might have to have a skin graft, Chris says, "Do you think I'll be in and out it same day?" And I thought, well, I'm not going to burst his bubble, but no. Because you've got like two sites, haven't you? You've got the place where they've took the skin from, and then you've got the place where they've
put the skin
grafted it too. So no, I don't think they'd let you go out same day. But
you scrape it off with like a thing with a roller on it. It comes off in like little squares, just the skin.
I mean, like a thin roll in your wallpaper.
Well, funny thing is, Richard, when it comes off this machine, it's like you seen that? How can I put it? What?
How they making pasta?
No, it's like a diamond shape, like a lattice. Like it's like a lattice. And basically, yeah, it's sort of so the skin that they're taking off your thigh, once they put it onto the part of you that you've got to have the skin graft on, so it takes. Yeah. I mean, it don't always.
I was going to have some hot scratching, but you put me off now.
There he is. Oh, that's where I was looking for. That's reminded. He comes in, and I remember.
I like the fridge, but I've changed my mind.
Your third nipple.
Third nipple.
Yeah.
Hey, that'd be a weird looking bra.
But what I'm saying is, I mean, these
third nipple, I'm calling it Lee.
What, James? What's up, James?
Third nipple.
Yeah, that's that blood clot, external blood clot. Yeah, he's named it his third nipple for some reason or other.
Well, when he tweaks it, he gets aroused. So.
James Bond with Scaramanga.
Because the angle that he's took the picture, it looks like it's on like a boil on his arse. But it's not. It's his the way he's bent his leg. Yeah, I'll show you in a minute when I can find it.
Yeah, she's charging up pretty quick.
Yeah, so it you know, when you see picture, it looks like he's got a third nipple, but it in or a boil on his arse. But yeah,
you're never going to hear her say bottom, are you? It's arse. Ah,
I thought it was a TV program.
That's the external blood clot. Now, can
Ow.
you see what I mean? It looks like a boil on his arse.
Or a nipple.
Right, far he's bent his leg. It's sort of on just on inside of his leg.
Well, I won't like it as a wart up my nose. Let's put it that way.
But yeah,
External is much less serious
Yeah.
than
an
internal.
internal one. But yeah, and I says to Chris, I says, well,
And skin
that
problems
could be
take
mistaken
a long
for a
time
boil on his
to heal.
arse.
The problem is that stupid effing dog made it an external into an internal.
But yeah,
I was going to mention Dr. Sandra Lee.
No, but really, it takes a long time. I'm not telling you why, because I've got in my family there's a doctor and a pharmacist, and I know exactly what it's a little about. It takes a long time. Skin is very sensitive because it's very thin. The skin
Yeah.
is very thin. So if there's an infection, if there is a trauma, if there is and the thing is that he wasn't lucky because in a few days he had 2 traumas in a short period of time. But I can tell you, it takes a long time, especially if your skin is old. I mean, old. I'm not telling that he is old.
Yeah, it's because you're a crinkly old
It's not
twat.
like when you're young, you recover quickly. It
Yeah,
takes
when
time.
you already
And
get
the hospital, they take exactly what they have to do. They do exactly what they have to do. They
Yeah.
have to be cautious and be sure.
plus he's
that-
on blood thinners as well, which hadn't helped it.
yes, but it will it
What's
will
the
take
blood
time,
thinner, is that?
at least
This is
4 months.
NHS we're talking about.
But don't you worry too much. Really, after I don't know what you have, but it takes time.
Yeah.
According to
Yeah,
the
Chris,
people
don't
you
worry
see
about your
all
luck.
around,
Worry about the waiting list.
there's no infection. There's a little crust, like a crust,
Yeah,
and the crust it's the normal healing. It's like a
That's
scar.
what I mean.
without
If you
a
want
scar,
on the
it's,
blood thinners,
there's
it would have
a-
clotted by now and it'd be healing up.
yeah.
each step.
blood thinners.
But
There's
it concerned me a little when he came home today and he said they'd done
yes, I
some
understand
swab
because you love him,
Yeah.
of course.
Hey, Bob.
or a swab then.
Hey.
A swab.
But
Yeah, plus they've changed him onto a different thing as well.
yes, I've seen that. But it's good. All that is good. Now you have to be patient.
Yeah,
And if there's an infection, they will give him something else. And but apparently he's in a good hospital because they are
very
doing
conscientious. Yeah.
Yes, conscience.
But the same as I says to Chris, this is the thing that gets. I says to Chris, I says, if I were you, I'd go round and say, well, look, I'm having to go backwards and forwards every week to hospital. You know, don't you think you ought to recompense me for all petrol that I've got? Because it's not right on the doorstep. It's about 20 minutes away. You know what I mean? It's so infuriating that they couldn't give us stuff. They've never apologised. They've never come and asked how he is. You know what I mean? Nothing at all. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The lady with her dog is a shame. She's really.
Well, so she should be. Yeah. Same as Chris says. He was walking Biscuit a few days after, and there was this bloke washing his car, and he didn't know him from Adam. And even he asked Chris how his leg were, and Chris didn't even know him.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is that the skin with age is not, you know what, just health. With age, we are just in good health when we are 20. Maybe.
There's no spring chicken.
You speak for yourself, Julie. I'm in good health at 46.
Oh, me too. Of course.
I'm not Johnny.
You never know what will bring tomorrow. So
No.
we
But
have
yeah,
to
you know, it's
Julie, I can reggae dance pretty good.
concerning, plus, you know, absolute, because she couldn't get stuff. you know, for all she knows, he could have had his leg amputated and she won't get stuff. You know what I mean?
Now, what's dangerous is that the dog can bite again, and that can be a child, that can be
Exactly. And this is why you posted in our local groups. Same as Chris said, it might not be me next time. It might be somebody that's walking their dog that's got a young child. And, you know, same as Chris says, you know, I'm more concerned about it biting biting a child than, you know.
And he can bite the child at the face directly.
Anyway, I mean,
killing the child. I mean,
there's been that much
really,
stuff in our local news. A woman got killed by a pack of dogs. You know, there's a young. In last few days, there's been a youngster killed by a dog. You know what I mean? And it's horrifying to think that a dog has got the capability of mauling a young child. I mean, I don't know much detail about it. I don't know what kind of dog it were or anything.
A dog, it's instinct, and it depends on how the dog was.
Well, same as I said to Chris, when all said and done, each dog derives from a wolf, doesn't it? And yeah.
And Janet, it's full moon on the Sunday. I keep repeating the same thing, but full moon is getting on our nerves. Full moon, you don't sleep. I'm not going crazy with full moon, but I feel a little bit more irritated.
Don't start howling. I'm not bothered whether it's full moon.
I know. It's just
if Chris starts howling, then I've got problems.
Yeah.
Humping your leg.
So, you know, Spider-Man got bit by a spider. Chris has got bit by a dog. So is it going to turn into Is it going to turn into Wolverine?
So it's going to be a Superman now. What was a Chihuahua? The Chihuahua, the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chihuahuas. I think the Rottweilers.
Some of them. I've seen some Chihuahuas, and they are really vicious.
It's all.
I mean, they are. You know, people carry them around in the bags and whatever, like some kind of ornament. But some of them are really vicious.
Snow moon this month, Terry.
Nicky dog.
But you know what I mean. And when all said and done, same as Chris says, it's not the dog, it's the owners.
Of course it is.
You know, you've got to be a responsible dog owner and put it on a lead when all said and done.
Of course.
No matter what its temperament is. I mean, that's why Chris always keeps Biscuit on his lead. We know his temperament's as soft as a brush, but
dogs aren't born vicious. It's what you create.
But same as Chris says, I mean, you know, you see Biscuit is like a German Shepherd cross lurcher. It can be a bit intimidating if you saw him and didn't know his temperament. You know what I mean? And hence the reason why Chris always keeps him on a lead.
That should be always this, now, actually.
You see, this is the thing as well.
Especially
you know what I mean? It's if you're not sure that you can control your dog, then put it on the lead.
Exactly.
You know, and there's that saying, it's better to be safe than sorry. And it come running full pelt towards Chris, and she couldn't do a damn thing with it. No matter what she, you know, you know what I mean? If you can't control your dogs, then put them on a lead. End of.
Chris should invest in a taser.
Hey, that's an idea.
It's a
What for the owner?
it's a
For
very
the owner.
Partner says Chris should invest in a taser. I went, that's a good idea.
on Amazon. Buy a taser on Amazon.
Not for the dog, for the owner.
Find an affiliate link.
Did you hear that? Not for dog owner. Armed and dangerous with a taser. But don't you have to have licenses or something for them taser things?
I don't think you can buy them in this country. I think you get arrested.
Hey, we've seen what you've been ordering, Richard.
I think you can't legally buy them.
No, he orders back massages instead.
Yeah. Get your back massager. But it won't be any good against a vicious dog.
He had a buzz about that one.
Hey, oh, you could do, Richard, if you hit it over head with.
Yeah. Forget about the back massager.
Right, maybe. Terry says there's going to be a snow moon in UK at 6:28. What day's that, Terry?
Whatever,
James,
Jake.
he says I put my wife on a lead sometimes, can be a nightmare to control.
Driving.
Then he woke up. Oh, Keena starts swimming lessons in a week's time.
Ooh.
She's learned how to float to the bottom. So
Oh, 5th of February. When's that? Sunday.
I've ordered a
On the calendar is the day of full moon. Full moon.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yes,
That's
no moon.
Sunday.
Yeah, that's a snow moon.
Show everybody your fuzz work, what you've shaved off.
I've ordered that.
So if you kill your wife or your husband, it's a full day moon.
Hey, yeah, your hair needs cutting, lad.
Do you want me to put it in post, Jeanette, for Chris?
Hey?
Do you want me to put it in post
No.
for Whacking Dogs Week?
You're dying to get rid of that, aren't you?
Yeah.
It can't give it away. Callum.
The buzz is quite handy at times. It can't shut her up.
Callum. Callum's just going to show you his fuss that is shaved off. Look.
He shaved.
Yeah,
Oh.
he shaved his beard off.
So it's baby
Bloody hell.
face now. He has a baby face.
It's taken 50 years off.
Don't you start as well, Joel, because Chris says Chris likes it and I don't.
I saw a picture of him with the beard looking good on him.
He'll be back in a
Yeah, but
few
does
weeks.
he like it? That's the main thing.
It's
So it just said he's growing it back. So
a moustache.
I'll go for art phase too.
I think
I get fed up
with
getting all
beards,
deep, so I
they do
keep
make
growing
you
it.
look old. You know what I mean? They're aging. There's no doubt about it.
but yeah, I mean I'm anti-fuzz and Chris is fuzz.
Pro fuzz.
Oh, and police officers in UK are allowed tasers.
Phasers.
Tasers. Yeah.
Phasers. Phasers.
Private ownership's
Can you get like stun guns on Amazon?
You know,
So you can buy a cattle prod.
military is one such type of.
tasers are illegal. Pepper spray.
Prodding it.
You can buy that. And that's illegal. Pepper spray.
Yeah, but I'm going on the premises. Who's asking? Who's asking?
and thing is, if what you don't know, you don't. Yeah.
You
I
gotta
get
be
pretty
careful
good
with
I can certainly get
tasers,
on
though.
to something if I'm
People
paying for
have
it.
like, is it heart things or like metal?
And there
Like,
will be better days in spring and summer, Janet.
The thing is, them tasers are like prong things.
Tell me
So
what
when
the
they
police do.
actually fire them out are a gun type of thing.
yeah.
So it goes into the clothing, But on contact, that prong thing, it gives an like an electric shock off.
There's a wire
I
that
think
comes
it
out
sounds like
and
a
remains
hat. Is it
connected.
a hat by
Right,
hat or something?
The electric travels down the wires.
Yeah.
It's actually dangerous.
So I mean, there has been people known to die when they've been tasered
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
because if they've got an
In
heart
America, have
problem,
you seen
That's what I said.
the
If you've got like
again,
the hat,
Basement battle Bob
The
was.
taser is the same technology as what's in the
yeah,
car.
or if anybody's got an heart murmur,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's sort of can I put it, that electric current going through that barb
Yeah.
thing as they
you have a
call them.
cardiac arrest.
It's interrupting the rhythm of somebody's butt.
It's a weapon.
Yeah.
A taser is a weapon.
Right there, James. I prefer to keep it
Very
old
high
school.
in volts but low in amps.
James
It's not
Gibson
like
said
the-
a baseball bat with barbed wire around it.
Sounds like a hat.
But yeah, I mean, in romance they can be dangerous.
That,
I mean, even in say that again, Crypto.
So they shouldn't be allowed to use them.
But yeah, even in like an experienced police officer's hands, they can be dangerous then. I mean,
why can't you?
put it this way: when a police officer shoots a pardon me, a subject, let's just say, they're not going to say, "Oh, before I shoot this at you, have you got a pacemaker or have you got, a dodgy
No,
ticker?"
they won't.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
going to
it's
take you
not-
out to Wolves and murder you, pretending it's
What,
something to do with COVID.
3 warnings or something.
Police officer, as far as I can
Yeah,
tell.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's they sort of shoot first, ask questions later, sort of thing.
I don't trust the police. I don't trust the government. I don't trust any of them. Back
But-
on stage, everyone.
It's all right saying, well, it were warned not to do this or not to do that. We were warned that we were going to fight taser. That basically is putting the responsibility on the person, not the police.
Yeah. See, the problem is if it's got to that stage where they need
So
to,
it's,
a
so
taser
if one of
needs to
them
be
tases
considered.
someone and they
They've done
actually died,
something. You know what I
so
mean?
is that so they've actually murdered someone, aren't they?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, in respect, you know what I mean? I mean, look at all this hoo-ha that's going off in America.
Oh, in America.
Dragging that guy out to a car. I mean, he was just minding his business. They dragged him out. 5 officers, and they dragged him out. They beat him to shit, basically, and he died from his injuries.
Oh.
And the fact that the black police officers, you know what I mean?
Or it
It
doesn't really
were-
matter,
Well, they could, reel all these stories off till cars come home. Oh, we were resisting arrest, but that body cam footage tells a different
Yeah, they're
story.
supposed to have
Well,
them on all the time.
black woman the other day on the TikTok, right? A black woman got arrested. She had a kids in car, and the fucking white police officer pushed her against the car door and punched her back at head. But there was somebody filming them from the cafe in the car park, and they got sacked for it. But they proper pushed her up against the car. When she bounced back, he hit her straight back at head. The kids were in cars screaming at lot. Fucking tosser.
But you know what I mean? It's
He thought nobody were looking, you see, so he had a little scuffle with her and then clonked her.
Yeah.
The problem is nowadays you see one side of the story, and secondly, if you're in that position, you're a cop in that position, and you're thinking it's either him and me. You're scared to death of doing something nowadays. You know what I mean? Whereas back in old days, you'd give
Look
him
at
a
that
stick here and
cover,
nothing
great
in front
cover,
of it.
then
You know what I
women
mean?
can't trust anyone.
It's just
No,
it's a bad world we live in nowadays.
I literally don't trust anybody anyway.
Yes, very bad world.
I trust you a lot more than I trust anybody
And all
else.
that hoo-ha last year, a couple of years ago, with that guy in America who got battered off that copper, but they
George
left out
Floyd.
the
His name
the
was
story
George
that he
Floyd.
battered his own mum the morning before and all this. You know what I mean? They left all that out. So it's horses for courses. You just
but you know what I mean. But
tell you half a tale.
I mean, this is the thing, Richard. With that young lad in America, the body cam footage is the evidence.
Yeah.
He weren't doing out wrong. They just dragged him out his car. They kicked the shit out of him, and he died from his injuries.
What did they drag him out for in the first place?
Because they thought it was this suspect, and they thought he was fleeing from the police, but it was a case of mistaken identity. So of
Then
course,
the guy like hold his hand up, say, "Oh, I'm not doing
yeah,
anything."
yeah, and this is the most heartbreaking part about it. When he was on the floor and they were kicking shit out of him,
I
it was
saw,
it was shouting for his mum. That's
Oh,
the most that is the most heartbreaking thing about
I
it.
almost cried when I saw the video because it was in his last minutes.
Well, they are to be arrested.
He wanted his mum by his side.
Difficult.
And oh.
So I take it they've got him bothered for it, obviously, haven't they?
They're doing them for is it manslaughter or murder? I think 5 of them.
It must be, yeah, could be manslaughter, yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean. The fact that they thought it was this, you know, somebody had committed this crime. It was mistaken identity. It was just an innocent guy driving down road or highway or whatever you want to call it. They pulled him over, dragged him out of the car and kicked shit out on him.
They didn't even give him a chance
killed
to
in
even
a
open
few
his mouth.
seconds. You can go out of your home and you never know what comes next.
Yeah.
So they never even give him a chance to even say or
No. They didn't give him a chance to, you know, protest his innocence or anything.
I found the
I haven't heard nothing about this story. Has it been on news
article.
Yeah. And what makes it more, well, not more heartbreaking, it were a black guy, and there are 5 officers with 5 black police officers.
Ah.
Tyree Nichols, that's his name. And when it all boils down to it, it was just a case of mistaken identity. They mistook him for being, you know, somebody that had just done an armed robbery or something, I think it were. I'm not sure.
I think it happens quite a lot, the mistaken identity thing.
And basically, they all surrounded him with the cop cars, pulled him up on this, you know, highway or whatever, dragged him out of the car, and kicked shit out on him, basically. It's all right. James is on about female jumping on a car.
I just read that message.
Nobody did nothing. But you know, it's yeah.
Well, really, when they're supposed to like get hard on the people, it's usually when they've resisted, you know, to be arrested or they're not cooperating, or then they have to hold them down. Well, they shouldn't do that.
But this is the thing. I mean, when it's warranted, you know, fair enough. You know, some force has got to be, you know, used. But when it's not warranted like that, you know what I mean? It's heartbreaking. Totally innocent guy, and lost his life for it. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, let's say, for instance, I mean, they get caught to this at a house, and this guy's high on drugs, and his missus, and he's, you know, trashing ass and everything. Yeah, by all means, pull him out and drag him kicking and screaming.
Gordo said he's wiping your ass on the windscreen in your way of valeting.
But, you know what I mean? In them sort of circumstances, you know, when the guy, 1, his eyes are kite on drugs, 2, is being violent and either, you know, domestic abuse and trashing ass, then, you know, there is sort of what they call a reasonable force.
That's like saying that's reasonably not allowed.
Sometimes I think the power goes to the head. to be honest.
Oh yeah, during COVID, all them supermarket security guards suddenly thought they were fucking.
Yeah, but I mean, the typical one is this guy that's just been arrested, and for years he's been raping vulnerable females and got away with it for God knows how many years, and that is abuse. Abuse of you know, it's not in the job description. It's their own perverted mind thinking, well, I'm a cop and nobody's going to ever
get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's ever going to question me. I'm a copper. I'm a pillar of the community, let's just say. So they're not going to question him. But, you know, it was only when people started coming forward that they looked into it seriously.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your profession is. It should always be investigated anyway.
Yeah. James says it was funny the dude stood next to his car like, what the... Yeah, that's going to take some screen wash. You know, it's the same as Johnny says. I mean, if you can't trust your police or trust your firefighters or whatever, who can you trust? You know what I mean?
I just find it easy not to trust anybody.
Who's been jumping around on car windscreens?
I don't know.
Yeah, getting a bit excited in the
I'm
chat.
getting confused here.
Why?
You'll have to scroll back up to figure that one out.
Yeah.
It just said something about a woman jumping around on car windscreens.
You've pretty much got that
Yeah, and
conversation
then
then,
it says something about a bum cheek sliding down windscreen.
yeah, it's just stark.
Where's this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know about that woman running naked through London, jumping on all cars and that. I need to send a bum cheek sliding down your windscreen.
Oh, it'd be all right if I did that. They'd have dints everywhere.
Oh, it's a Scottish woman.
A what? A Scottish woman?
She was Scottish. I found it.
He's found the video.
Say no more. But anyway, you know, police would probably stand back and think, you know, it's a bit of fun. She's, you know, she's naked and everybody's, you know, ogling her and having a jolly old time. You know what I mean? Not that she's degrading herself by jumping on cars naked.
I don't think well, the story I've just read, it didn't say she was naked, it just said it was after the England-Sweden game. She started dancing on the police car roof or something.
It's probably a different story, Richard. God, says in relation to you, Tim. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's all well and good, you know, coppers standing by, letting her get away with it. But you think that poor woman should probably sober up next morning. What the heck did I do last night? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then sort of, you know, she's got to go to work next morning, and everybody's saying, "Were it you that were dancing naked on that car last night?" No, it weren't me. You know what I mean? She'd have to deny.
Do an ass cheek lineup.
Moral of this story is don't drink too much.
I recognise those cheeks anywhere.
Gordo says, I suppose it beats hanging fairy dice from the rear view mirror.
I don't know. I think it's
There
really
you go, you can say, I named that pubin one.
But yeah, can you imagine them all doing the lineup and saying, can you identify this person's buttocks?
Well, get a load of people there, the backside out.
I'm not positive, but I'm willing to look into the matter.
Yeah. But I've got to have you know, each one.
Bye, James.
That's the difficult thing, isn't it?
James,
You know, when
thanks for popping in.
When a man tries to buy a woman's sexy underwear, and you go into the shop and go, "What size are they?" and say, "Well, the perfect handful." So,
Go around dropping on all sort of things.
so yeah, you've got to go around cupping all the bras until you find one that just feels right.
And this is why, Johnny, we buy his own. You know, can you imagine going into a store and saying, yeah, well, that's about right size. No, I think they're about their size. Let me just have a feel just to make sure.
Well,
You know what I mean?
you can't say to the cashier, "Can you try them on for me?"
Oh dear, but
I've got a light question. Did anyone dance naked when they were drunk a few years ago or a long time ago? Naked on the table, because I saw that in a pub. Oh, I didn't see that.
No.
But I saw that actually.
I once with a girl in an ex, and we were in a pickup. I had a pickup at the time. We were talking 30 odd years ago here. We were a Cortina pickup P100. A partner still know what I mean. And it had a bench seat in it, and I was with this girl in there, and we were, you know, we ended on. And this old chap with her, we had Jack Russell, just stood there looking, passenger door were open, and I could feel something.
Yeah, Richard, what they call dogging.
That's what.
Yeah.
That's what.
I could feel something twitching. I thought, what the bloody hell's that? And I turned around, he's there, he's Jack Russell, just looking in.
well, that's a new name for Richard Jack Russell.
And he had to pick up on a bench.
Sarah says she never trust her husband to do that kind of shopping. I don't blame you, Terry. I've got to admit, you know, if you need it doing right first time, you do it yourself.
No, Dick can go. He knows my size. He
I do
don't get
prefer to get jewelry, so
Well, I
it's
just
less.
put one away.
I've just checked out the meaning of skinny dipped because I didn't know the meaning of it.
Women naked.
Swimming nude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
correct.
I'm gonna dare to be naked.
have you, Gordo?
I've jumped in a swimming pool and the shorts come off.
I think all this that puts on all this sort of skinny dipping and this naked
Joel,
stuff, I
I've
think
dived
it's more
into a swimming
European.
pool.
Does that count, Johnny? Yeah.
Whipped off a bit.
Now, once I used to go to a beach in the south of France with a friend of mine, and we didn't know it was a naked.
Nudist.
Yes,
Nudist.
nudist.
Yeah.
And we were the only ones to have. But it was a wide place, so we could be. But it was like crazy. We didn't feel at ease at all. At all.
Yeah. Gordo says he don't do skinny dipping, he does chunky dipping. Or chunky dunking. But does that count? What Johnny said, he dived into a swimming pool and his shorts came off. Is that?
I come out of water and I looked down, shit, and then I had to swim for my shorts because of the spot.
That happened to me in Benidorm, did that. I went on that wire thing and it pulled
ran
out
around the
the
block
sea and
naked.
that ripped my shorts off.
That was for
You mean one of them zip wires, Richard?
Yeah, it
I was
in
booked on Emmerdale
Benidorm,
Farm when I was 14. Jack took his kids to Pudsey swimming pool and I was there swimming up and down.
Well, that's not exactly the same, Richard. That's called flashing.
No, one of these things in Benidorm, they used to have a thing, and it were like a water ski, but rather than be on a boat, it dragged you out on a cable to a winch that went to sea, and back again. So you got on ski, off you went, And I fell and I was bouncing off top of water and it just ripped my shorts down. And I come back to land. Shorts down my ankles.
Did you have bruised arse cheeks afterwards, Richard?
I had sand in places I didn't even know existed.
I can just imagine Richard bouncing along.
It really
What?
did bring a meaning home to a starfish, I'll tell you.
See you morning.
But again, that was a lot. I've only been about 18 then, so it's a long, long time ago. That'd have been about 20.
Oh, yeah, here you go. Bodo's admitting to skinny dipping.
Well, I done that on a holiday.
He says they broke into a local swimming pool. And when they were converting it into a sports centre drunk, we decided to go skinny dipping.
Crunchy news. Crunchy.
Troubles
Oh,
in
dear.
pool.
I went out with a girl.
No, we got
and
really
she
drunk
wanted
at
to
the
do
bars,
things
and we had
always
our
in
own
public,
field
and
at
I
11 in the
wouldn't.
morning.
I would be the same, embarrassed to go skinny dipping.
Hey, Richard, I wasn't bothered about that. I once had sex on Oakley Mall. You can hear people walking.
She
With the tall grass,
wanted
you know.
doing like doors and doing daft things, and she wanted to. And I said, they were chucking it down with rain one New Year's Eve, and she said, "Come on, here on bonnet now." And she wanted to do it on card bonnet in open area, and I said, "You what?" I said, "No way."
Take your jeans off, you're not scratching my bonnet. That's what I said.
Wanted to do it on card bonnet in the street.
That's what picnic blankets are for.
From behind.
Yeah, Gordo said they had to make the dash for it because police come.
What also, if you've been on a long drive, it'll keep their ass warm.
She's always just eating
Too wild she were.
She was a bit too wild for you, was she, Richard?
She were hard work, yeah. She were nice. Well, we were in a paper shop one morning, right, and it was about 6 in the morning, and the guy behind counter were putting like milk bottles outside, and he accidentally caught her ass by accident. And she thought he was trying to get a cop and handful. She turned round, she walloped him one and knocked everything on it. She went, "Oh my God, what am I into here?" I'll never forget it.
Oh dear.
Remember the days, bloody hell with her.
Gordo says it's just as well you didn't have a bonnet ornament.
Yeah, it's a good job I didn't have my X type thing then, or else we'd have got a blooming cat stuck up my ass.
Oh dear
chrome
me.
thing up front, a chrome cat on bonnets. Imagine doing it with that.
Oh, 3 guesses what make the car was.
Yeah, an X type it were, it on front and bonnet. You'd never be able to
So it
do
was
that.
in your car then?
Sticker it back so easy rider.
Everyone knows a Jaguar X Type is just a Mondeo under skin. Just a Mondeo in a fancy set of clothes.
This is why you didn't have a bonnet, like, yeah. No, it was actually on her card bonnet, Gordo. It weren't mine, and it was a cat it were.
Most people do it in the car, not on it.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
It was that early.
Pick up your third
I
nipple.
wanted to do it outdoors. It was strange.
Wanted to do it in strange places, Richard.
Outdoors, always outdoors. I think, bloody hell, can we not go in there? We're eating on and stuff, but no.
Fresh air.
Oh, there you go.
Bloody hell, we could go anywhere, but let's do it outside.
Interesting.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
have a
well,
drink.
well,
Good times, though. They were good times, never to be had again.
Well, that's it.
Oh, you
I
never
mean,
know.
you wouldn't do them kind of escapades today.
Well,
I
well,
would. I would.
Anywhere.
Oh dear. Right, guys, I'm going to get off.
Yeah.
I've been going 2.5 hours. Thank you for everybody for the enjoyable night. It's been a blast. Thank you for everybody coming on the panel. Crypto Johnny, Scotty, Richard, Partners and Joel. And I'll see you on the next one on Monday.
Yeah, catch you later.
No doubt.
Yeah, we're doing
Nice
bacon this
weekend.
Monday. So I just thought I'd remind you.
Yeah.
So I'll see you later, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Who's disappointed?
So it's baking Monday.
Yeah, we're baking Monday this week.